Hey, SEGways! Today, I'm back with my favourite channel to cover, Ghost Adventures. In this episode, they go to a nudie bar, 'cause of course they do. Now, in the past, I've spent more time laughing at Ghost Adventures than debunking them. I mean, I'm only human after all. Ghost Adventures always has been and always will be hilarious. But today, I'm going to focus more on debunking this cartoonishly ridiculous show. I mean, I'll still be having a laugh, of course, because, you know, it is Zak Bagans after all. But this is the thing with Ghost Adventures. It's real easy just to laugh at them, but it's also just as easy to forget that they say some really messed up things sometimes. So let's skip my usual blah 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 of an intro and get straight into it. But first, I have to thank all of my wonderful members and patrons for your amazing ongoing support. There is no doubt that without you guys, there wouldn't be a Side Eye Guy channel, or at least I wouldn't get anywhere near as many videos out as I do. So really, thank you, each and every one of you. Thank you. Ghost Adventures won the votes by beating Garrett Watts and thankfully, Mackie and Amanda. If you wish to get involved in my next vote and have your say on who I react and debunk next, please consider becoming a member or a patron. The link is in the description. Also, please subscribe.
Las Vegas, Nevada. Our hometown, guys. Oh, yeah. We're in the oldest part of Vegas right now, downtown.
I've seen enough of Vegas in the past to know that this is what the city looks like away from the glam of the strip.
We are getting ready to investigate the Palomino Club, which is Las Vegas' oldest gentleman's club. A lot of bad things went down in this club.
Mostly bra and panties, since this was Las Vegas' first ever club to allow both a liquor license and fully nude dancers. Woohoo! All the other clubs had the ladies topless only.
Pervert! Murders.
No, Zach, a murder. Singular. But we'll get all into that a little bit later in the video.
And I'm talking recent murders.
The only murder in this strip club was in 2000. And this episode of Ghost Adventures filmed in 2019. So, I don't know, is 18 or 19 years considered recent? I mean, I guess it's more recent than somewhere like the Lizzie Borden house.
But we did find employees. They are seeing full-bodied apparitions. Shadow figures. They're being affected tremendously.
Listen, I don't want to be a dick here. I'm all for if you got it, flaunt it. And life's hard, so just earn your money however you can. No shaming here from me. But in saying that, I would still like to know if any of these dancers have a substance issue. Since they work nights, are they sleeping properly? Do they have a safe work environment where they're not being harassed? Because if that was the case, they'd be more on edge. I'm not necessarily saying this is the cause of these alleged sightings. I just think some of these potential factors may need to be taken into consideration.
Founded by Paul Perry, the Palomino Club opened its doors in 1969. And night after night, this environment is saturated with raw human emotion.
Raw human emotion? Is that what we're calling seeing some tits now? But enough about Ghost Adventures.
Cheeky.
Creating an endless loop of charged energy.
This is actually very serious.
Which has inadvertently become a springboard for the darkness that was born out of its turbulent past.
No, Zach, just because this is a place where a fella can get a beer and a boner doesn't give it some sort of power for breeding paranormal activity. That makes no fucking sense.
Okay, what we're gonna do right now, we are gonna go meet the controller of the Palomino Club. Her name is Trudy.
Giving yourself a job title like controller seems like something Zach would do.
Trudy, how long have you been working here?
Almost 7 years.
Can you tell me what happened behind you, just a few feet away?
To save a bunch of time in this video, I'm going to give a brief rundown on the darker history of the Palomino Club. In 2000, there was a high-profile murder trial involving the Palomino's club owner's son, Jack Perry, who had shot and killed one of his employees who he thought was trying to buy the club for behind his back. The murder happened in one of the offices of the club, so all of this is in fact true. Jack pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 14 years to life in prison. On a side note, you gotta love Ghost Adventures murder reenactments.
Garbage day!
Is there any staff currently that is really affected by the building?
Jose is a lot. When he first started working here, I was sitting here at my desk and I see him running out of the building.
I reckon Jose accidentally walked into the dancer's dressing room and legged it.
The murder of a former employee is troubling.
Yeah, I suppose cold-blooded murder is a bit on the troubling side. Anyway, Zak then interviews Jose, where he tells a spooky story of a shadow figure sighting. Then he also explains about the other shady characters in the Palomino's club's past, where a different owner of the club had someone killed. But this death happened far away from the club itself. Like I said earlier, only one person had ever died in this club. So next, Jose gives us this little nugget.
What Jose reveals to us next is the most troubling death at the Palomino.
No one cares!
One of the actual girls also hung herself in the locker room.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
When did that happen?
probably I want to say over 15, 16 years ago.
I could not find any information about this anywhere, and I wasn't the only one to struggle to find information about this lady who unalived herself. There's a Reddit page where other people are trying to find out any information about this lady, and nobody can find anything. There's even a couple of ladies who claim that they are previous employees of the Palomino Club. They even make the effort to show a staff photograph to show that they were in fact employees of this club. And they also say that there is no proof that anyone unalived themselves on this property. So I went digging a little further to look into newspaper archives, and nothing came up when putting in certain keywords. And I'm pretty sure that this would have been covered by the newspapers. Then I thought to ask my friend Stevie from the Truth or Demons podcast, since she used to be a dancer herself and she used to live in Las Vegas. And she has friends who are still active dancers in Las Vegas. And all of them came back with either never hearing of this story before or claiming that it's actually all made up, that it is in fact a myth. So Stevie, being the truth seeker that she is, went that one step further and actually contacted the current boss of the Palomino Club and asked them directly if this story is in fact true. And here's what they said. So Paul Perry, founder of the Palomino, passed away a long time ago. His son Jack being the murderer, who has also passed away, told me that it was a story to scare the dancers to keep them on the floor. That being said, there has been documented of at least one person killed inside and quite a few outside. I have no idea how many people killed themselves around the club. I mean, it's Las Vegas. I'm sure over the decades there's been quite a fair few. I personally didn't believe in ghosts until after I had worked here. So I think this is safe to say that this debunks the claim that an ex-dancer of the Palomino Club unalived herself in the dressing room. But what is interesting is that the current owner does think the place is haunted. So it didn't take Stevie and I very long to debunk this nonsense. By the way, please go check out Stevie from the Truth or Demons podcast. She's great. So if we can manage to do this in a day of research, why can't a show as big as Ghost Adventures do the same? But what's really funny now going forward is that we now know that whatever comes out of the rest of this bullshit episode is complete rubbish. And trust me, Ghost Adventures really lean into this unaliving thing.
With the surprise of this dancer's suicide, the energy in the room suddenly thickens.
You just know that Zak is rubbing his hands together and loving this creepy nugget of information being dropped in this episode. Whenever unaliving or any kind of horrible history is brought up, Zak just sees dollar signs.
Do you want to talk to us? We just found out that you hung yourself here. Are you here with us?
All of this is similar to when Ghost Hunters and John Wolfe debunked the nonsense history told by Ghost Adventures when they went to Bobby Mackey's. Ghost Hunters debunked this history when they went there, and in doing so got some pretty funny tweets back from Zak Bagans himself. In fact, Zak Bagans and Jason Hawes of Ghost Adventures kind of went at it in the tweets. I'm not going to go on about this too much because it's all ancient history now, but I'll leave the screenshots up here for you to pause the video and give them a little read, because they are pretty funny. It seems like Jason just got roped into all of this bullshit drama and really wanted nothing to do with it.
I want you to talk to me a little bit about the darkness that's here.
I feel like there's always something around me, and it's more of a negative one. So yeah, over the years, I think it's affected me.
Have you ever had nightmares about this place?
A few times, not all the time, but it has happened before.
Do you remember what would happen in your nightmares?
Just being chased throughout the club.
That is like the most common thing of anybody that has an attachment.
Yes, I find Zak entertaining, but he's also a bit of a piece of shit. This is a dick move from Zak. I'm sure a dancer in Las Vegas has seen her fair share of shit, and who knows how she would manage the stresses of working somewhere like this. That seed is already in her mind, and Zak is manipulating it to grow a fucking rainforest.
That's what.
Sorry, I don't know what. This light just totally fell apart. That's weird.
That's kind of strange. As I'm trying to separate you from your attachment, we're having strange things happen with our equipment. And that's what will happen.
Oh, fuck off with this shit. Either this is some perfect coincidental timing, or Zak, and probably his crew, have orchestrated this to scare the woman even more.
Have you ever noticed people here just lose themselves?
Yeah, there was a guy at the front door. He had a sheet wrapped around him. He started taking pages out of a Bible and throwing them at the door.
These are the parts of Vegas the tourism board don't tell you about.
So this place has that kind of effect on people.
I believe so, yeah.
You're not even trying anymore, are you?
After hearing Jose tell us that a girl committed suicide in there and hung herself, and after talking with Jamie, I want to take the Ovilus to the dancers' locker room. It's interesting to me that she took her life here.
Interesting.
Guess someone arrived. It doesn't say one after some, but sometimes these words come through partially.
So Ghost Adventures have now resorted to the point where they have to change the actual words that come through the Ovilus to try and make them make sense. Just accept it, guys, it's random nonsense.
Who's arrived? A group. I said who arrived? A group. A group of what? A group of power.
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
Was there something affecting you?
Zak Bagans has filmed 26 seasons of Ghost Adventures plus specials. Still hasn't found a fucking ghost.
Used. It says used need.
Do you feel like you're being used in here and that's why you killed yourself?
If that's what you think this spirit is trying to communicate, which it probably isn't, wouldn't the decent thing to do is switch the cameras off so she doesn't feel like you fuckwits are using her?
So what I want to do is reach out into the local Las Vegas community.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
And use the gift of a very well-known psychic medium. Her name is Helena.
I guess Patty was booked out for this episode, which is a real shame. She's always good for a laugh.
Patty is instantly affected.
You idiot!
Can Helena fill these bullshit boots with, well, more bullshit, I guess? And this is where things go from being all silly and fun to getting a bit sinister, since we now know that the lady who unalived herself was all made up. And will the psychic medium know this? Let's find out.
And we're bringing her in right now, just completely cold reading.
I don't think Zak realizes what cold reading actually means, because if he did, he probably wouldn't use that term in front of a psychic medium.
I just want everybody to know that I have not revealed to you anything that we know about this place.
Bullshit!
You literally just showed up.
Lies, lies, and more lies, and lies on top of lies.
So much energy everywhere.
Love these generic words like energy that means anything and nothing at the same time.
Can I take you over here?
I beg your pardon?
I really feel like there's a battle, like somebody hurt themselves down here. I feel like somebody did like a suicide down here or something.
Zak smiling over anything suicide related is really fucking creepy to me.
We were told that there was a suicide in this room of a female.
I felt it. This spirit is trying to find a body to inhabit because she wants to get out. She wants to use one of us as a vessel.
Normally, after watching crap like this, I'd rage out.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
But since we know this lady never actually existed, this is all just stupid. I mean, it's still really fucking gross to lie about, don't get me wrong, but it just goes to show that whenever a medium says that they've done no prior research into a property or its claims, or if the TV shows say that they have not fed this psychic medium any information, it's utter bollocks. How can a psychic medium channel the ghost of someone who never existed?
I just feel her energy. I feel like she's trying to take my body over. She wants me like to dance.
Nothing would be funnier than a fake psychic medium pole dancing because the spirit of a dancer took hold of her.
This is what she used to do, you know? She used to dance all over these poles.
I doubt you're going to get many dollar bills with moves like that.
She's a tortured soul. And she needs peace.
You lying son of a bitch.
She's using me as a vessel. This is where we should do the seance.
What now?
She's ready. Nobody's come here to check on her since she passed. Everybody ignored her.
This is embarrassing. What was her personality like?
Shy.
Whoa.
And I don't feel shy right now.
Just as she said that.
No way. It says shy.
Yeah.
Shy.
Look. Just as she was saying.
Holy crap.
It's amazing that I received the same response Helena just said. However, this could be a simple coincidence. But as you can see, I can only type questions into the puck. Any answers are direct communication from the spirit. So let's see if it can happen again.
You said before that when you first detected her, like she was what?
She was angry.
Shut the hell. Shut up, dude.
Oh my God. That's her.
In this moment, we're absolutely shocked by this unprecedented connection between what Helena is channeling and our own evidence.
So, the Paranormal Puck 2 is a piece of equipment that I've only ever seen Ghost Adventures ever use. I'm sure other teams do use it, but I've only ever seen it in Ghost Adventures. The idea is that you text a question into the device and a ghost is supposed to text you an answer back. Yeah. No kidding, they really expect their audience to believe that this is a way to text message fucking ghosts. What's the bet that Zak tried sexting a ghost with this? Okay, but seriously, the Paranormal Puck 2 coming back with shy and angry as direct responses would be interesting if we didn't already know that this lady never fucking existed who's supposed to unalive herself. Providing this hasn't been manipulated heavily with editing, this is just a coincidence. And it is proof that people will find patterns in a coincidence if they try hard enough.
Everything that you're saying are translating to this device that we're using right now.
Oh yeah, the first ever Ghost Adventures video I debunked, they used the Paranormal Puck in that as well, and I found a screenshot of the manual for the Paranormal Puck stating that it's for entertainment purpose only and not to be taken seriously as a means to communicate with ghosts. Funny how Zak doesn't mention any of that, isn't it?
Making an offering to her spirit in an attempt to get her to trust me so she can tell me more.
She's offering the ghost some bread, marbles, and a bottle of wine. I have no idea what's going on either. At this stage of the video, it feels like a mental recession and the currency is my sanity.
Oh my God.
What?
When she before she passed away, she was pregnant. And I feel like somebody made her get rid of it.
Man, that is fucked up.
Ghost Adventures will always find a new way to lower the bar.
And immediately after Helena senses that this female spirit had an unwanted abortion, we received this mind-blowing response.
What do you see? Abort.
Right, fuck this bullshit. I'm done. Nah, bollocks. You're on your own, guys. No, I'm going down the pub. Cheerio.
Do you know what her name was or what letter her name began with?
For some reason, I'm picking up on a J.
What's your name? Jan.
Jan!
I don't think that I've ever seen responses come through the puck like that.
Since there was no suicide in the club, it just proves that the Paranormal Puck spits out nonsense. And like I mentioned earlier, we as humans will always find a way to try and make sense out of random nonsense.
Everything she said shy, angry. What's her name? Begins with a J. Boom, Jan comes through. You can't ignore that.
Yeah, you can. I mean, the smart thing to do is to prove this woman unalived herself in the club, because then you're getting somewhere. But instead, you just took the word of an employee who heard a rumor. This really just goes to show just how lazy, in bad taste, and totally full of shit Ghost Adventures really is. And not just Ghost Adventures, but that terrible psychic medium as well. There was no need to add in that the lady was pregnant. And it just makes me wonder how many people's lives Helena has actually ruined by just making up bullshit to them.
I think that Helena is really being affected by
bullshit,
the unstable and lost consciousness of this dancer performer that took her life.
The question we've really got to ask ourselves here is if Ghost Adventures know this is nonsense or if they were fooled. I guess we'll never really get the answer to this. But, at least in my opinion, if they were fooled, this is no real excuse. A show like this that would be making millions of dollars should be able to get researchers in. They should be able to verify the claims and the history of the locations they are going to. They should be well researched.
Are you picking up at all on any other spirits besides her?
Several spirits here, lots of spirits here. The other spirits are more content because they want to be here, because they don't want to go. They don't want to go where they're supposed to go. This is like an in-between world for them.
Why would there be lots of spirits here? The only known death in the club hasn't even been brought up by the medium yet. She's been too busy focusing her attention on the woman that never fucking existed. So where are all these other spirits supposed to come from? I mean, I suppose, to be fair, if you're like a wandering spirit, a titty bar is probably a good place to hang out. Anyway, this is where our charlatan psychic medium leaves the show, leaving us with the Ghost Adventures charlatans.
Okay, we're gonna start our investigation of the oldest gentleman's club in Las Vegas.
I'm tired, boss.
We decide to head over and investigate the locker room, where we were told a dancer committed suicide several years ago.
Bullshit. What do you want to tell us? Do you want to stay here or do you want to leave? Because if you want to leave, you need to come talk to us right now.
What a sinister thing to say.
Bill?
Yeah.
Raise your hand.
I begin seeing what appears to be an unexplained figure right here, but quickly figure out that it's just the reflection of my heat in one of the metal lockers.
Zach trying to make out he debunks his own bullshit is always going to be funny to me. Giving yourself a pat on the back because you spotted your own reflection is mental. Well done for noticing that's your reflection, Zach. You've just shown us that you're smarter than a dog.
Earlier, the psychic medium kept saying that the spirit of this dancer wanted to use her body to dance on stage.
I just feel her energy. I feel like she's trying to take my body over. She wants me, like, to dance.
Crazy bitch.
Why'd you take your life here? Was somebody not treating you right? Were they threatening you? You appear for me on this pole?
Why don't you take a picture? It'll last longer.
Is that your name, Jan?
No.
Should we try spirit box?
I am still totally unprepared for what is about to appear next.
Can't wait for this.
Oh my god, that is weird. What?
All of a sudden, this figure reappears, but this time it's horizontal on the railing and actually appears to be kicking its legs out.
It's also tiny. Funny how Zach fails to mention that. What's it supposed to be? The ghost of Yoda?
That's incredible. She really is dancing.
Can you kick your legs out again?
Oh, way.
You kick your legs out? There you go. Just kick your legs out on the pole. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Just kick your legs out. Did you see that?
Yeah, did it again.
This has got to be the least sexy pole dancing I've ever seen in my life.
In incredibly, as I ask her to kick her legs out, on cue, she does just that.
I mean, you say it's on cue, but that shape has been glitchy more than playing Watch Dogs.
Like this. You know what I'm saying? She was doing this, right? And then, okay, I'm trying to...
Yeah,
you guys, what she was doing.
And I'm trying not to
Serious
laugh.
thing. We just mapped an apparition dancing.
I know.
Okay, the same girl that Helena just documented.
Zak having no sense of humor and taking himself so seriously just makes him even easier to laugh at.
Who was just dancing for us?
Nope, can't be dealing with a spirit box today. Skipping this assault to the ears. Well, at least I'd like to, but this ends up happening during the spirit box bollocks.
Oh, dude.
What?
Turn the light on. What happened? My thumb.
Can I get through just one Ghost Adventures episode where one of the pawn shop investigators doesn't get possessed, attacked, or propositioned?
Feel this, Zach. Put your finger right here. Feel how tight. No, squeeze on my thumb.
On my finger!
You feel that knot?
Yeah, it's all like
That just happened?
And not in Aaron's thumb. I'm going to say that again a little bit slower. A knot just appeared in Aaron's thumb. I mean, for the love of God.
Oh, dude, look how big it is.
Beware! Did you hear that?
beware.
Ow!
Weakest ghost ever. But also, why would this ghost attack Aaron's thumb? I thought this was supposed to be a nicer, more sympathetic ghost. So why is it attacking these numpties? Ghost Adventures always seem to bump into the most aggressive ghosts out there.
All of a sudden, we capture this very strange light anomaly that flickers as it moves horizontally across the screen. We debunk this as not being a bug.
How, Zach? How did you debunk this not being a bug? Can you give us your case for this debunk? And I'm not kidding, guys. I haven't edited anything out here. Zach doesn't bring up his reasons how this was debunked. He just says it couldn't be a bug and that's it. Conversation ends. Because while Thumbelina is still complaining about his little owie, that light anomaly very much looks like a flying fucking bug going across the screen to me.
Alright, look, it's just me and you now.
Ooh. You're odd, showing off.
Whether you were the one that was murdered here, the other one that was murdered here.
This is a lie. I've already explained it. Only one person was ever murdered in the club. And no matter how much Zach tries to desperately add more numbers onto that, it will always just be one person.
So the frequency that you're talking through, I can't hear with my ears. But if you get real close to this, I can hear you.
Do you actually believe the crap that comes out of your mouth?
Bill?
Yeah, it's me. What's going on?
There's somebody here. There's somebody standing right here, right in front of me. I can feel it. My body feels like it weighs 1,000 pounds of ice.
When nothing happens, and often nothing happens, Zach just starts making shit up.
As I'm feeling this presence in front of me, I also begin feeling sudden rage, as if this spirit is starting to channel through me.
Here we go again.
What do you want?
Calm down.
Is that the rage you feel?
I don't know what we're yelling about!
Oh, God. Get out of this spot.
As I take a little bit of time to ward off this energy from me, which I was totally not expecting to happen in this place.
Annoyingly, I've seen enough Ghost Adventures to very much expect this kind of performance from you, Zach. Funny how this has been a working club for decades, and I bet nobody else ever, either employee or customer, has ever been affected like this for no apparent reason.
Can you hit one of my friends as hard as you can?
I thought you'd never ask.
Do that or make a noise and we'll leave right now. We'll never come back.
Please, God, make as much noise as you can.
Do it!
Do it!
I want to try this. One of us stay here by us themselves because of just what happened to me, Aaron. Come here.
What about Bill? He just had him get
He's
infected.
not feeling good. He's going to go down. Just try this. Stop. Okay, I understand.
He's the perfect bait for this.
Oh, sissy!
It's going to make sense for Bill to be here.
I understand that. I just want to see what happens when you're here.
Anyway, once we get past this little performance, nothing really happens other than some more spirit box bollocks, so let's just skip all that shite.
Downstairs, I make my way into the office where a past employee was shot and killed by the owner Paul Perry's son, Jack.
There are just 4 minutes left of this episode, and only now they give any attention to the one poor bastard who actually did die in this club. Amazing work here, fellas. Stellar investigation.
Hey man, I know a lot of people have been seeing you. And I know you make a lot of noise in this office back here.
Zak leaning against the walls of the corridor here like he's in a Mission Impossible movie is particularly dumb when you think workers will be going up and down these corridors every single day without giving it a second thought.
It's like oh gosh.
Fuck was that? There was some weird clicking noise. Zak doesn't go into the room to try and debunk what it is or explain what it could be. They literally don't even talk about it. They just move right along to the next nonsense scene. So anyway, they end the show with them grabbing some still image of honestly I don't know or care what it actually is. Zak tries to convince us it's something interesting, but just like most of the other evidence in Ghost Adventures, it's nothing. And I am so far past the point of giving a single fuck.
It almost looks like 2 eyes are within the mist. This looks like ectoplasm. That is compelling. That's compelling.
Really? This is where the video mercifully ends. What a steaming pile of shite this was. Ghost Adventures got just about everything wrong here. The psychic medium is clearly a fraud who was either told by the Ghost Adventures crew about the bullshit history of this place, or she just researched it herself, since this does seem to be a story just going around by word of mouth here. I mean, really, none of this is surprising whatsoever. Ghost Adventures should be considered more of a situational comedy than anything else at this point. So, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the Side Eye Guy channel. Right, I'm off to go investigate in my local strip bar to see if it's haunted, because you know, sounds like fun. Ta very much. Cheerio!